the London Victorian buildings from 1837 to 1887. So we're first going to look up some London Victorian buildings to see what options we have, specifically the ones that are in the date range. So I have looked at some before, but the one we're going to be talking about is the Crystal Palace, the Natural History Museum, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Tower Bridge, and the Westminster Palace. So in order to find some scholarly sources, we can go to George A. Smathers Library, and we will click the UF link here. We'll go to Libraries and Collections, go to Architecture and Fine Arts Library, we'll click UF Libraries Catalog, and then in the search key, we can start typing. So let's go with Tower Bridge. And so we can look at the first source, and we can see here that it is in the UF Architecture and Fine Arts Library General Collection, and it gives us information about the author and the description of it. But just in case you don't find this such a good source once you check out the library, and when you do check it out, this is what you need to find information, specifically this number right here, which guides you to where to find in the library. Just in case that is not a possible source, we can always keep scrolling, and we can see here that the next option is an online bookstore, so we can click the link and we can verify that this is a source we want to use as well. And you can scroll through, and here it'll provide us with the preface and then the book. And so this is one source that we're going to use because, as we can read here, it's going to be describing the structure of the Tower Bridge, which was very beneficial to us. So then we're going to go back to the search bar, and we're going to search for the next building. And we can start searching for the Crystal Palace. And so as we're going through the sources, we can click the first one. We can click the link provided to us, which is an online book source. And just in case you don't feel that this is the informational source, as we can see here, there's a lot of illustrations. We can go back and we can click the next option that we're given. We can see here, this is only 6 pages, and it doesn't seem to be a good source, so we'll go back again. And we'll click here and we'll see it says the structure, its antecedents, and its immediate progeny. We'll click the link. And so we can see here now that this is a more informational source that we can use. There, and then we'll put that aside. Then we'll go to the next source, and let's use Albert Museum. Just in case you do not find any sources related to the topic. It could be an error in the search key, so make sure that everything is put correctly. And so let's click this first one. And so this is a book. We can see here the column number is down here, and it is found in the UF Architecture and Fine Arts Library collection. And we can read the summary about the book, and it provides us with all the information on the publisher and any description about it. So this is another possible source that we can have. So then we want to find another source, but let's say you're not finding any luck at the UF Libraries catalog. We can always go to JSTOR, which is another scholarly source. And let's search, for example, the Palace of Westminster. And so it's going to be providing us a lot of information. And let's click the first one and see. Here we can see that this is from the Burlington magazine for connoisseurs. And we can scroll through quickly just to see what we find. And so this is another possible source that we can use for the Palace of Westminster. And then the last building that we need to find is for the Natural Museum. And so we can refine our search to journals and books, by the way, on this search bar. And so I've realized I have typed this wrong because, as we can see, it's a natural instead. We're talking about the Nature Museum. I was actually correct the first time. The Natural History Museum is what's missing. See, that is just an example of how sometimes one change in letter can change your research results. And so we can refine our search to journals and book chapters. And we can also refine it to architecture and architectural history based on the subject. And see, we can click the first source and see what it provides. And so this is a general article from the Journal of the Society of Architectural Historians. And so it provides us some images. And so this is one scholarly source that we can use for the Natural History Museum. And so UF Catalog and JSTOR are two really good sites to start off with to find some sources on any topics that you have.